So you want to be a software engineer at Google?
Everyone wants to land a job at Google, Apple, Facebook, and Netflix. As a matter of fact, a large number of people are willing to spend thousands of dollars to go to boot camps and to get coached to pass the interviews. What if I told you you can land an entry-level job at Facebook, Apple, Google today, and all you need to do is take a simple exam? What exactly are these jobs? These entry-level jobs are basically data entry jobs from Google, Apple, Facebook. Basically, what you're going to do is label data that's going to train the different AI systems in the different companies. Each of these companies has its own platform dedicated to data labeling. For example, Apple has a platform called Baseline that's going to be used for training AI systems such as search recommendations when you're searching for an app in the App Store and such. Google, on the other hand, has a platform called Raters Hub. On Raters Hub, you get to label data that will be used to train the recommendation systems for YouTube, the recommendation system for Google Maps, and etc., etc. Facebook, on the other hand, there's a section of Facebook dedicated 100% to just labeling data, to label misinformation, correct information, withholding information, clickbait, and such. How much do these jobs pay? These jobs usually pay anywhere between $10 to $30 per hour. If you take the lowest pay, which is $10, multiply that by 8 hours a day, you get around $80. Then multiply that by 28 days in a whole month, and you get around $2,280 a month, which isn't that bad for an entry-level job. The good thing with these jobs is that they're available over a long span of time. So once you get into the project, you can work on the project for as long as 6 months to several years even. Now, to the meat of the video. How does one apply to these jobs? Unfortunately, Apple, Facebook, and Google don't recruit directly for these jobs. What they do is that they give these jobs to third parties, then these third parties hire in place of Google and onboard you to the platform. Then you get paid, depending on the platform, monthly or sometimes bi-weekly. There are 4 main subcontractors charged with hiring people for these particular jobs. These 4 are Telus International, Oneforma, Welocalize, and Appen. I'm going to discuss each of these platforms, how to apply for the jobs, how to get onboarded, and how to ensure you pass the exam. However, one quick disclaimer. These jobs are mostly available for people who live in the English-speaking countries. These are the United States, the United Kingdom, New Zealand, Canada, and Australia. If you live outside these countries and you want to get these high-paying jobs from Facebook, Apple, and Google, then you need to check out our video on US jobs for non-US residents. Link to that video is in the description below. The first platform you can get yourself a Facebook, Google, and Apple job is Telus International. Currently on Telus websites, there's a listing for a rater job, which is basically a job by Google to label data for Google Maps, to label data for YouTube, and to label data for the App Store. To apply for this job, all you need to go to telus.headway.ai, apply, create an account, apply for the job. Once you apply for the job, you'll do a quick English test. Once you're done with the quick English test, there will be an email sent to you. Then there will be a follow-up email with instructions that you'll have to read and an exam that you'll have to do. Don't worry, in the next section, we're going to discuss exactly what to do to make sure you pass this exam. The second website to get these high-paying jobs from the top tech companies is Appen. Appen has been going through a bit of a remodeling recently. Now they have a new platform that they call CrowdGen. What you're going to do is to apply to this job, just go to appen.com, click join the crowd. You will be redirected to CrowdGen. On CrowdGen, you will be redirected to a job listing. Just pick any job and apply for it. Once you apply for it, you'll get access to the actual CrowdGen platform. Within the CrowdGen platform, you will see a job listing for a job from Apple. They are calling it Project Whatcom. This is basically where you're going to label data for Apple, to label data that will be used for search recommendation within the Apple App Store. You're going to label data that's going to be used to train the Apple intelligence systems and all the other AI applications across the Apple ecosystem. There's also a listing for another job, Project Cherry. In this Project Cherry, you're going to label data for Facebook. So it's basically going to be labeling posts by individuals on Facebook, on Instagram. You need to categorize the different posts, whether they are withholding information, whether they are clickbait and such. As you can see, the job on Appen by Apple pays around $15 an hour, which isn't that bad. The third platform to get an entry-level job at Google is called Oneforma. As you can see here at Oneforma, there's a listing for a job to label data on Google Maps. There's also a listing on a job to do other data labeling jobs at Google. It's a pretty good job depending on the state you're from, depending on your country. It pays anywhere between $10 to $20. And all you have to do is go to Oneforma, sign up to the project, do an exam, get onboarded, and you can start making your money. The fourth platform is called Welocalize. Welocalize is a bit different. What you're going to do is you go to welocalize.com, you apply for a job. It will require you to attach your CV, fill in different details about yourself. Then they'll send you an email. Once you get accepted, you will do an exam, get onboarded, and you're ready to work at Google, Facebook, or Apple. As you can see, each of these platforms has listings of different jobs from different tech companies. So what you can basically do is sign up to all the companies and then apply to the jobs as they become available. Ever so often, there's a new project. Ever so often, they want to recruit more people. So long as you've already signed up to the platforms, you can apply for the jobs anytime. The one serious bottleneck to getting these jobs is being able to pass that one exam before you're onboarded. It is really high-stakes exams because if you fail the exam, you get booted out, you never get the opportunity to join the project. But once you pass the exam, you can join the project and you can make as much money as you want. What I am going to do is I'm going to share with you the workflow I use to ensure I always pass these exams. Here's what I usually do. First of all, there will be a list of instructions that you'll be given or a lesson. What you do is just quickly go through it and you know what it's all about. The second thing I want you to do is create a Notion page. Notion is basically a note-taking app. You can use Notion, you can use any note-taking app. But for me personally, I usually use Notion. Create a Notion page. Then what you're going to do is read the instructions a second time. But as you read the instruction, break out each individual information that you find into question-answer formats. So for example, this is a job by Apple. The instructions require you to know how to grade the different apps into different categories. What I'm doing is I'm going through this entire document as I convert the information into question-answer pairs. Then in the third step, I'm going to quiz myself over and over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this toggle, read the question, try and give an answer. If I can answer, I know I'm good with that. If I can't answer, I highlight that particular question that's a challenge. Once I go the first round, I come back and repeat the questions that are problematic until I'm fully confident that I can answer all these questions perfectly. Once I'm confident I can answer these questions perfectly, I can then go ahead and do the exam. Just as an example, in the description below, I've included a link to this particular Google Sheet that I used to prepare for the Apple job. And you can just go through it, you can see what it's all about. And if you like, you can use this same strategy to ensure you pass the exam. Again, these high-paying jobs are only available for people who live in the United Kingdom, the United States, Canada, New Zealand, most of the time. If you sign up to these websites and you're not from these countries, you may still get the same jobs, but they will be paying small, minuscule amounts of money. If you're interested in getting access to these particular English-speaking country jobs, then go and check out our video on US jobs for non-US residents. Link is in the description below. Now you have everything it takes to secure a job at Apple, Google, Facebook, Netflix, something that other people are dying to get. Don't forget to subscribe.